I'm always telling you guys about how I had my downfall, how I lost everything and then had to fight to get back where I am right now. But one thing that I really don't discuss that I think is really important for you to know is I've always been a winner. I've always been a winner. Like when I was young, how I bought my first house, I didn't just stumble into buying real estate. I was intentional. I was intentional about everything that I did. I got the best jobs. When I was in my early 20s, way back in the G, right? I think my first job, I was making like 50 some thousand dollars a year. No, no, not my first job, my second job. My first job, I was making over 30 plus bonuses. And then my second job, I was making almost 50. Now, mind you, this is well over 30 years ago. Okay. So we're talking 30 years ago. Those are the salaries that I was making at a very young age. So that's how I was able to buy my home. The way that I used to operate was there is no no. There is no way that I can't win. Like I don't understand not getting what I want. I don't understand not having it the way I want. Whether it was a man, an opportunity, a house, a car. I've been driving up luxury cars since I was in my early 20s. Like it was nothing that I wanted that I didn't have, right? So I had a very like a winning spirit in me, okay? So when I did lose everything, so when everything fell apart, the market crashed, and I was stuck. I was stuck because it was the first time in my life that I wasn't having it my way, and my body didn't know how to respond to that. This is key. This is key. You need to pay attention. My body did not know how to respond to failure because it was unfamiliar with failure. So once I started getting back on track, I had to reprogram everything within me. I had to reprogram my mind. I had to reprogram physically. I just posted the picture of how much weight I gained. I'm about, say 180 right now, but I probably was over 200 at that time. And I'm only 5'3", so all that smushed together, you get what I'm saying? So I had to reprogram my insides and outsides. And this is what I want you to understand. When they tell you that it takes 30 days for you to create a new habit, they're not just talking about your mind, baby. Your whole body have to function in that new status. Like how you dress, how you look, how you talk, how you move, who you associate with, what you eat. Are you working out? Are you actually changing? Because if you actually put in the work and start to change and start to reprogram yourself. So I was programmed for winning. And when I lost, I started to reprogram myself to be a loser. I didn't realize it though, right? I was in my woe is me stage and this happened to me and oh Lord, and I just could not get out of that. And then one day I made the decision like, man, by any means necessary, this is going to happen for me. By any means necessary. I was moving through Atlanta. When I first touched down in Atlanta, y'all, Atlanta was way different than it is right now. I was moving around in whole different circles. I was getting invited to the BET Awards. I was like doing red carpets and interviewing celebrities and, talking to people about being on their reality shows. I knew Mariah before Love and Medicine, or what is it? Whatever it is, right? Like the first season, like I was meeting so many people. I was moving in and out because I didn't come into Atlanta as my old version of myself, which was a real estate professional, which was a credit professional. I came in there thinking that I was going to change my whole trajectory and do something completely different. And it was working. It was actually working until I decided to not go that route anymore and stick to what was familiar to me, which was credit and real estate education, which I honestly just prefer, right? But my point is that when I was always winning, I was always winning. And then when I started losing, I was always losing. Now that I'm moving into another season in my 50s where I'm just winning and it just seemed like I can't lose if I wanted to, that's because I have been reprogrammed from head to toe. You don't understand neuroscience, okay? I've been studying neuroscience. So with me studying neuroscience, I'm understanding how the change takes change internally and then it starts to take place externally. Some of y'all are like, oh, things is bad for me. What your diet look like? Oh, it's bad for me. What is your intake? I told y'all this the other day. What are you watching? What are you listening to? Who are you watching and who are you listening to? You might think it's all fun and games, baby, but it ain't fun and games. Because if you're not where you need to be, then that tells me everything that I need to know about what you're doing when nobody's looking. Because I knew what I was doing when no one was looking. I wasn't eating right. I wasn't exercising. Like, do you know just a 30-minute walk can help you reprogram your mind for success? Just 30 minutes a day. And I bet some of you find that to be too much. And I'm telling you, just like I wish someone would have told me, how you show up for you matters. And those 30 days have to be done with intention, baby. It goes way beyond manifestation. It's literally bioscience. It is literally you functionally changing your entire life trajectory. That's why you can't be around a bunch of losers, because guess what? I believe this too. I believe that people's energy do rub off on you, right? So if you're around a complainer all the time, you're hearing complaints. Guess what? Next thing you know, you're gonna be complaining. If you're around somebody who really don't want another life, somebody who like really want to be a 2 on a scale of 1 to 10, man, get from around them. It really matters who your circle is, not just because of what they're doing, but because how they're going to influence you on a physical and metaphysical level. You have to understand that what I'm saying is the real, because I'm telling you, I remember winning so much and getting what I wanted so much that I was like, God just, he loved me different. I was young and I was like, God loved me different. He loved me different because I can't lose. I can't I can't lose. It's no such a thing. I was like barely even 30 years old and I have a $500,000 house on one side of town, gated community, and on the other side of town I got $1 million home. I'm by myself. I'm a young mom. I don't say single mom because my son's fathers ain't never left me. Okay, they always been in my kids' life, so I ain't never been a single parent ever in my life to this day. Okay, but I was a young mom. I was hustling. I was grinding, and the reason I was moving like I was moving is because I couldn't see that it was impossible for me not to win, because I thought it was my effort, my grind, my this, my that. No, my mind couldn't see losing, and so it only saw routes that would lead me to success. It could only hear a winning opportunity. It could never see me failing. And that's because that's the way I operated on a whole. So because I operated that way, my body, my mind, everything in me operated at that level. And so I always was successful. Remember that.